Wow, this power is monstrous. I don't think I can control it for long. You also have my strength, Ban, and also Hawk's, said a weak Meliodas. Well, Captain, get ready. After that, Ban launched himself at Goku and gave him a strong beating that would leave a slightly hurt Goku on the floor. Take that, Goku, ha ha ha! And to think you're the strongest Sin, and now you're on the floor, said Ban with a smirk. I don't know if I consider myself the strongest Sin, but what I do know is that you won't be able to defeat me with that. After that, Goku stood up from the floor and with a big shout he said, Kaioken! And wrapped himself in a red aura, surprising everyone present who stopped their battles to see Goku. What is that? Well, never mind, now we'll see, Gloxinia said. Goku began to increase his power with the Kaioken as he said, Haha, you want my power, Ban? Then I'll give it to you to increase your power even more, generating astonishment in Ban and Meliodas. Damn, it's too much power, I won't be able to take it, said a desperate Ban. Ha ha ha, sorry Ban, but I can't let myself be defeated so easily. After this, Ban, without any other choice, exploded into 1,000 pieces, leaving everyone surprised, especially the two commandments who believed that Goku had killed his partner. After a few seconds, Ban had regenerated, leaving a Goku with a smile. Sorry Ban, ha ha ha, if it makes you feel any better, it's just that I wouldn't have done it if I didn't know you were immortal. Of course you wouldn't. You're insane, but it was still a good battle. I'm exhausted. It's all up to you, Captain, said Ban as he sat down on the floor. Meliodas stared at Goku while both began to fight. On the other hand, King thought it was a good opportunity to leave his past behind, to then attack Diane with the sacred treasure, where she would defend herself with her sacred treasure in the same way. Meanwhile, Gauther was mentally torturing Scanor as in the original story, generating that this due to having seen Merlin in his mind and having her as his son, transformed into the Scanner by day. Who would have thought that my technique would have the opposite effect, said Gauther. Diane and King stopped their battle to look at Escanor in surprise. How is it possible for Escanor to be in that form at night, said King. I don't know, Diane answered, and then listened to Gauther's explanation and left them satisfied, but still surprised. You are still far from reaching your true power, and you won't be able to bear it for long, Gauther said. It will be more than enough, Escanor answered, and then in a quick movement took off Gauther's glasses, causing him to get upset and use his machine gun technique. Escanor dodged it by raising in the air and then said, Obey my will, Divine Axe Rita. The axe flew towards Escanor's hand, and then he said, Sacred Treasure rebelled, causing the whole area to turn into a great light as if it was daytime. What is this? Its magical power is equivalent to the power of Estarossa. Goku, said Meliodas while looking at him. Goku understood and remembered why Meliodas told him how his technique worked. He had it planned, thought this. Goku, who understood what Meliodas wanted, quickly charged a powerful Kamehameha that he would throw against Meliodas, while with Escanor. The sin of playing with the heart of others will be atoned with your skin, shouted an annoyed Escanor. He accepted the challenge, said Gauther, and then charged his magical attack. Double Hurley Bow Automatic Tracking Mode, to then throw it to Escanor. Escanor, seeing this, launched his attack, while a few seconds before with Goku and Meliodas. Ha! Goku said while throwing his attack to Meliodas, who was in the air. Full counter! Meliodas shouted and then launched his attack in the direction of Gloxinia and Droll, just as Escanor did. Both attacks collided in the two commandments and then generated a huge explosion. After the smoke dissipated, we could see Gloxinia on the verge of death. On the other hand, Droll could not resist the attack and died. What have you done? Said an annoyed Diane to Gauther. I just stated the facts. I won and he lost. Gauther, you will never understand how Escanor felt. Just look over there. Gauther went to look and was shocked to see the two commandments pulverized on the floor from such an attack. I see that attack has finished off one of them, said a Goku who couldn't feel his energy. I see, Meliodas said as he approached the dying Gloxinia. Goodbye, my friend. Meliodas was about to kill Gloxinia until he was stopped by Frodon, who threw an attack at him, causing Meliodas to dodge it. "Hello again, Meliodas," Frodon said with a small smile. A Gloxinia that could barely speak said in whispers, "Spirit Spear, Form 7, Drop of Life," to then be completely healed by his technique. "That was close," I was saying. I saved myself, but unfortunately Droll was not as lucky. Due to his size, he received most of the impact, he thought. "Hello, Frodon. Thanks for saving me, but what are you doing here?" Gloxinia asked. "Zeldris sent me. He sent me to protect you," Frodon said with a confident tone. "Don't tell me. I'm glad you saved me, but don't forget that you are the weakest of the 10 Commandments, with a power of 31,000. That was before. The Demon King has given us an increase in power, but I see that you didn't receive it since you were not present at the time of the distribution." "What do you mean?" Gloxinia asked, already a little confused. "As you heard, I am now superior to you, Gloxinia. My current power is 60,000, and it is better that you obey. If we want to get out of this, we have to be united." Gloxinia was still shocked by the fact that the weakest of the 10 Commandments will surpass him, but he was still willing to obey him to survive. Meliodas, who listened to this with amazement, thought, "Really, the Demon King gave him all that power? That's impossible. At least yes, that must be. The Demon King must have noticed Goku's presence in this world, and that's why he decided to give up a great amount of powers to the 10 Commandments. I just got my powers back, but even if they activate my demonic mark, I would only reach 56,000. I'm still inferior to Frodon. What a powerlessness. Even if we have Goku, I can't let him take care of everything. I'm the captain, and I must take care of this threat." "So what are you going to do?" said a Frodon who fixed his gaze on Meliodas. "We will finish you here, Frodon," Meliodas said. This one activated his demonic mark and then launched himself against the 2 Commandments. Meliodas hit Gloxinia with a great blow, but he was killed almost instantly by a strong attack of Frodon. "If the fight goes on like this, Meliodas will be defeated," said a Goku who was analyzing the situation. Ban, who was together with the other Sins and Goku, said, "Then let's help him. Don't you see? We have the numerical advantage," Ban affirmed. "That's true, but even though we are more than them, our power is much inferior. We would only be in the way in the fights. The only one who could help us is Goku." Ban, who was determined to help his captain and friend, is stopped when he sees Elizabeth walking towards Goku. "Mr. Goku, you are the only one able to help Mr. Meliodas. Please help him." Goku watched as the latter was on the verge of tears, accepted, and jumped into the battlefield. Meliodas, who was taking a beating from the combined attacks of the Commandments, is helped by Goku, leaving the battle in a 2 versus 2. Meliodas, who looked at Goku, felt a little annoyed of his help, but in the end accepted it. "So you are the new Cardinal Sin," Frodon said. "That's right. I'm Son Goku, symbol of the monkey, sin of guilt." "Haha, that's a joke, right? What a pathetic sin." Frodon, confident of his power, launches himself against Goku, but to his surprise, his attack is stopped by Goku's hand. "It's impossible! The Demon King gave me increased powers! You can't defeat me!" "I had already told you, if you were to cause trouble again, I wouldn't hesitate to eliminate you." After this, Goku hit Frodon in the stomach with a strong punch that would make him vote blood. After that, Goku charged his hand with a Ki Sphere, ready to finish Frodon, until he was stopped by Meliodas. "Wait, Goku! Don't kill him! He has taken the body of one of the great sacred knights! If you kill Frodon, you kill Dreyfus!" "I see. It's similar to Captain Ginyu's technique, but this one has clear differences," Goku thought. "So, Meliodas, how do we free that Dreyfus guy from that demon?" Goku asked. "I really don't know, although there is a technique called Purge, which is used by druids to purify any soul of demonic presences. But unfortunately, I am not able to use it," Meliodas said. "I see. Then we'll have to hold him until we find a way to free Dreyfus." "That's a good idea," Meliodas said. Both Sins were ready to capture Frodon and finish off Gloxinia, until some beings had arrived on the scene. Damn, I sensed they were on their way, but I didn't think they would arrive so fast. So here they were. We sensed their battle and came immediately. I see they finished Droll, but it doesn't matter. From now on, they won't be able to take us. Goku looked at the demons in surprise and thought, it's incredible. I feel a great increase of power in them. Did they train? I don't think so. It must have been something else. Receive this. This is the increase in power that the Demon King gave us. If you and Droll had been there when we were given this power, Droll would probably be alive, Zeldris said. After that, a great mass of darkness came out of Zeldris and then went to Gloxinia. I feel incredible. My power is approximately double, he said. The Sins that were watching the fight looked astonished because now the fight was 7 against 2. What now? We have to go help them, Ban said with a desperate tone. Be patient. Hey Hawk, tell me the power of all of them. Yes, the power of them is... The vast majority of them exceed 100,000, with the exception of the man they call Fraudin and the purple mass with many. I see. This has gotten pretty complicated. In total, their powers add up to almost 700,000. I don't know if Goku will be able to handle them all. Damn it! My powers are still sealed, and I can't even transform into Super Saiyan. Maybe I haven't trained enough. At least I can use the Kaioken, but it will cause me great physical wear. I see it was a mistake to use it against Ban, but I'll have to risk it. Meliodas, you better get back to the others. From now on, I'll take care of this. I can't allow it. I know you're strong, but their combined powers surpass yours. I know, but I can't risk you in this fight. I'm your captain, Goku, and I'll fight you, no matter if you don't want to. Goku looked at his determination, and in the end ended up giving to his captain's orders. Meanwhile, with the Sins. We better go back to the kingdom. We're not safe here. There we can see the battle from my crystal ball, Merlin said. Everyone reluctantly accepted and went to the kingdom. On the other hand, Goku and Meliodas were fighting against the commandments. Goku seemed to have the advantage by beating each one of them, but they were coordinating their attacks more and more, making it more and more difficult for Goku to dodge them. Binding chains of resentment! Grey Road shouted, so that then Meliodas and Goku would appear purple chains that would become invisible.
After this, Grey Road shouted again, saying loss of 5,
to then generate the bewilderment of Goku. What's going on? I can't see or feel anything. I think his technique is making me lose my 5 senses, he thought. After this, Derriere launched himself against Goku using his Compass Start technique, which generates that Derriere's attack strength increases as long as he hits with precision, and he hit every hit perfectly, generating an extra bonus to his strength. This caused Goku concern, since he cannot do anything to defend himself. Meanwhile, Estarossa was giving him a beating while he said, "Oh brother, why did you have to betray us?" After that, Estarossa stabs him an infinity of swords in his hearts, leaving him with only 2. Ban, who was watching this from the crystal sphere, was determined to go help his friend, so he asked Merlin to take him, but she refused, saying that she could not do anything. "Let me help. I have a plan. Trust me, please," Ban said in desperation. Merlin looked at this distrustful and accepted, thus sending Ban to the battlefield. Goku, who was hurt without being able to do anything, imagined that something bad was happening to Meliodas, but unfortunately he couldn't help him. "Ha ha ha, you're the strongest Sin? With my technique, you're nothing," he added. Grey Road was about to say something until 6 of his 7 hearts were ripped out, causing him not to be able to keep his technique loss of 5. It had been Ban. He used his Zero Signal technique so he could be undetectable to the commandments, to then use his other ability, Fox Hunting, to rip Grey Road's hearts out. Goku had regained his senses thanks to Grey Road and went in search of Meliodas, but it was too late. Meliodas had died. Goku looked at Meliodas on the floor with several swords stuck in his chest. Goku was in shock. They had killed his friend and captain. "I see that you were his friend. He was my brother and I loved him," Estarossa said. "If your brother, why did you kill him?" said an enraged Goku. "Kaioken!" Goku shouted to increase his strength by having a total of 1 million. Goku was about to attack Estarossa, but suddenly lost all his power. "Ha ha ha! I see you have been affected by my commandment. Anyone who harbors hatred inside will be unable to harm others. A helpless Goku, because of the situation, regretted not going all out from the beginning and told Ban to escape, that he would try to give him some time. Ban refused to abandon another one of his friends and told him they would get out of this. Goku was quickly thinking of what to do because the commandments were getting closer and closer. Goku watched until something came to his mind. "Ban, cover your eyes," Goku said. Ban, who didn't understand, agreed, and Goku shouted, "Kaioken!" generating that the 10 commandments will be blinded. Merlin, who saw this from his crystal ball, quickly took the opportunity to teleport to the place and bring back Ban and Goku. The flash of light had disappeared and the commandments saw that they had escaped. Damn, but at least we were able to take revenge on Meliodas. Now we just need to finish with that damn Son Goku and dominate all of Britannia. After the death of Meliodas, they had all separated in order to protect what they loved so much. King went to protect the Fairy Kingdom, while Ban for the moment wanted to take advantage of all the time he had with Elaine and stayed with her in the Lion Kingdom. On the other hand, Gowther was with Merlin since he needed her to manage his actions. Goku, on the other hand, had decided to train Diane and Escanor. Goku thought it would be best to train them so they could protect the world. Escanor accepted because if he became stronger, maybe he could impress Merlin and Diane. On the other hand, only accepted to spend more time with Goku. Good! Since Escanor gets his power during the day, I will train him at night. If he is able to become stronger in his weaker form or at night during the day, he will become an extremely powerful guy. On the other hand, Diane has a lot of potential. If he trained her, she will surely be very helpful, Goku said. And so it was training them with very hard exercises, just as Master Roshi did with him when he was a child. Both Sins had to carry certain weight on their back and travel certain distances. Different distances since Diane could travel with them in less time due to her size, while Elizabeth continued to maintain the legacy of Meliodas and the Boar Hat. She kept the bar active and received everyone who wanted to pass. There were demons stalking all the kingdoms of Britain, especially the kingdom of Camelot. Had demons attacking every day. Although they were eliminated with difficulty by King Arthur and his army of knights. On the other hand, in the Kingdom of Lions came many more hordes of demons, but these were held with equal difficulty by the Knights Sacrum. Goku was aware of the invasion of Britannia, but he considered that it would be best to prepare before initiating an attack. Goku helped everyone when he was not training. He used his teleportation to help in some villages and eliminate the demons. A few weeks had passed since the training, and apparently it paid off. Diane had increased her physical and psychological capabilities, and now had a power of 35,000, while Escanor had obtained a great physical being at night, resembling a little to his day version. He had a power of approximately 20,000 being at night. Haha, the truth with this month of training, they have reached a great level of power. Although they have done everything themselves, their potential is very great, and I only applied what my teachers taught me. I think it's time to teach them the basics of Ki so they can at least handle them, Goku said in his head. Good guys, Goku said. Today I will teach you something new that will be very useful when it comes to combat. Something new? Diane asked. What do you mean? Asked Escanor, who due to his new physique had become more confident when speaking. Well, its name is Ki, and this is the inner energy of a living being, and anyone can master Ki in a better or lesser way. Usually, the more energy is concentrated, the more time the user will require to materialize it. When a fighter increases his Ki, he's able to obtain greater strength, speed, endurance, and is able to increase the power of his attacks to cause greater damage to his opponents. The two Sins were impressed by such information. They did not know that and felt fortunate to be able to learn it. Well, the first thing you must do is to calm down and concentrate, and little by little you'll be able to release the power that is within you. After this, in Goku's hand, a ball could be seen here. Those present were amazed to be able to learn skills that Goku possessed, and so they trained for another few weeks while Goku taught them different concepts and strategies to better master the Ki, until they finally controlled the Ki perfectly. Diane had managed to increase her power much more, being at approximately 75,000 and in maximum power of 96,000, just as she got the ability to integrate a layer of ki in her second treasure, Gideon. Escanor instead increased his power at night to 61,000 and acquired the ability to launch large amounts of ki, which would then combine them with his grace. Escanor trained at night with Goku, but during the day, and with the knowledge learned, tried to combine their skills to create a new one. Haha, I have already created several super attacks. This one is the most recent, Escanor Divine Sword. With this power, no one will ever be able to defeat me. On the other hand, I'm done. The energy that Goku granted me was very interesting. I had not seen anything like this, but there is something that still makes me curious. From the energy obtained, I can notice that this was part of something bigger, as if this was not all of Goku's power. And it's weird because this energy obtained I got by draining all of Goku's power. I will ask him when he comes back. But anyway, with this energy, I have made a potion that will serve to increase the power of the user who consumes it. If you take half of the potion, your power will increase up to double your total. However, if you take all the potion, your power will grow to reach a quadruple of the initial. Haha, I really am a genius. With this advantage, we have already won the war. Meliscula, who was still in a container in Merlin's experiment room, had heard this, and sent a message to Zeldris through his commandment, while in another place. Soon my plan will be complete. I already have Galen's commandment, and I only have to assimilate the rest to be able to become the next Demon King and be able to conquer all of Britannia. We split up to be able to conquer Britannia quickly, but it is time to reunite, Zeldris thought. I already sent a message to Monspeed and Derriere, but they don't answer my messages, and I need them to come. Wait, I got a message, Zeldris wondered. I hope it's from those two useless people. No, it's from Meliscula. How interesting, she's still alive. Zeldris, after seeing what the message said, What interesting information you just gave me. A potion of that caliber is something unreal, but it would be very useful in our hands. I just have to think of a way to get it. On the other hand, a blonde-haired boy who was lying on one of the beds of the Boar's Hat had woken up. He went down the stairs until he saw Elizabeth, who was attending the customers with a big smile. After serving the customers, she turned around and, to her surprise, there was the love of her life. Mr. Meliodas? Is it really you? Elizabeth asked. Haha, of course I am, said Meliodas with a big smile. Elizabeth ran to hug him with great happiness and tears falling from her eyes, while she told him, I knew you would come back. You promised me. Of course, and I don't plan to break that promise. They both kept hugging while Elizabeth was still crying with happiness.